Tacos are one of the greatest foods on planet Earth, but there's only one place you can go to that has almost every taco to ever exist: Mexico City. I've been on a mission to find the best taco, and what better place to do it than the taco capital of the world? My goal over the next 24 hours is to eat as many tacos as I physically can to hopefully find our champion. Now listen, there's a lot of tacos here, and supposedly Mexico City locals choose theirs based off mealtime, so in that spirit, I'm gonna be crowning my top breakfast, lunch, dinner, and late night options. Then at the end, I'll pick my top taco of the entire tour. And there's no siestas involved in this either, all right? This is non-stop. So to do this right, I've enlisted the help of taco expert of Mexico City, Gabby Renteria. Pretty good?
Yeah, perfect.
Not bad? She says that there are 40 influential tacos that I have to eat. Gabby, how do you think I'm gonna do?
I told you 40, but I never told you need to do it in just a few hours.
To be honest, it's my cheat day, and 24 hours is a day. Let's do this. Buenos dias. It is 7:30 a.m.
So we're in Fonda Margarita. Fonda Margarita is a very classic place from Mexico City. It has more than 60 years. Everything is simple. It's a family style menu, and you're gonna do your own tacos. I call it the Holy Trinity all the time. The tortilla will change from place to place. It all depends on the style of the taco, the preparation inside, and the salsa.
So we have 3 different tacos. These are all classified as breakfast type tacos. We're gonna start with the bean and egg. This taco would be seriously lacking if it did not have the salsa on it. Texturally, really nice. The beans are kind of like 50-50 mashed. Some are really smooth, some you're almost getting a whole black bean. It's seasoned with salt nicely, a little bit spicy. Overall, pretty nice. Moving on to the pork and green sauce. Super tender, seasoned really nicely, deeply flavored from sitting in that verde salsa. Really nice. Moving on to the very last one, the chicharron. It's sort of like a rojo salsa. I wish it were a little bit spicier. Wow, that second bite was it. It's super rich, porky, meaty. It's actually my favorite one out of all these 3 by far. So I'm gonna rank that one first. 7.7, the braised pork in the verde, I'm gonna give 7.2. And then the bean, I was a little underwhelmed with this. I'm gonna give it a 6.9, which I know what you're thinking, oh, it's so low. With my rating system, I go based off 10 being the greatest thing on earth, nothing will ever surpass it, and 1 being obviously abysmal, and 5 being kind of like average, right? So this is above average, but it's not blowing me away, and we've got a lot of tacos to eat. So moving on.
So we're 3 tacos in. I felt great and I was ready to take on the day, but there was still one taco living rent-free in my mind.
Okay, so time for barbacoa, right?
Barbacoa is just on weekends. So we can definitely come back tomorrow. What do you think?
Tomorrow? Let me put this simply, my favorite taco of all time has always been barbacoa, always, since I was a little boy. The one that I want is gonna be when I'm down and out, but that's okay. 24 hours and a mountain of tacos stand in my way. Let the games begin.
La señora Juana and her family has been here 35 years. All these kind of business are family business. So she will come twice per week and her sister-in-law will come other 2 days of the week. So all the family have the profit of the business. So they will bring this fresh dough from blue corn, the gordita, that is the circle, the round one, and then the tlacoyo, that is the triangle one, and the quesadilla. We eat quesadillas without cheese. When you say quesadilla, it implies cheese, but no, shape will give the name. If it's folded, it's
Okay. Gracias.
So this is the quesadilla. Blossom is amazing, I love it. And the cheese is always Oaxaca cheese.
I'm almost done. The tortilla is unbelievable. It's even better than I thought it would be. It's so tender, it's toothsome. You can really taste the corn in it too. This makes sense for like breakfast. Little quick bite, you feel good. That's like the quesadilla version of a salad.
This one is the gordita.
Gordita.
The circle that is filled with chicharrón and cheese, fresh cheese. We call it queso fresco.
This one is probably my favorite.
It's always the favorite because of the texture.
It's very layered. First you get the chew of the tortilla, but then immediately the crunch. And it's like, oh, it makes you think about it a little bit more.
And one more.
Every time you get a crunch, you're like, where's the next one? Where's the next one? I think it's the addition of the extra vegetable that changes this from being what could be very heavy, very rich, to something that's actually quite mellow, but diverse at the same time in texture. This corn though, oh my God. I want to take her home with me. There's one more final one.
So this is a tlacoyo. This is for me like a classic vegetarian preparation from Mexico.
Okay. See, for all the vegetarians out there that are always complaining that I don't put enough vegetarian stuff, bing, we're already on one. We just started. What's the best way to eat this? Fold?
As you can.
I changed my mind. This was my favorite.
The vegetarian is his favorite.
Don't say that, don't say that. Cut that out. In comparison to the gordita, I actually like this one more. It's a little bit more refreshing. You're kind of like able to enjoy the nopale more because you don't have the chicharron kind of overwhelming it. Plus like the texture of the beans, it's like creamy, ooey gooey. I think this is the #1 one here, for sure, for me.
Yeah, like this place, you can find thousands of them in all the city. You will have your favorite.
So for the first one, the squash, 7, 8. The next one, 8 out of 10. And then this one, I think this is almost a 9. This is like an 8.5. Moving on.
You will need to listen to me and pace yourself a little bit.
I got excited, so I ate like all the tacos that were there, and I'm like, I normally don't get full this quick. We just started. You make mistakes and then you fix them. That's what life is all about.
2 minutes later, he's gonna eat 3 tacos of carnitas.
We're getting coffee. Give me a break. If you think I'm not getting a 4-shot iced latte exactly in a 16-ounce cup with whole milk, you don't know who I am. Yeah. You can always make room for a little. This is a croissant filled with pistachio cream. I mean, look at this thing. You're gonna tell me I'm gonna say no to this? What are you, out of your mind? This is a mistake. It's very good. I got this too.
This is Taco Sola, El Güero. I have been coming here for maybe 25 years. This spot was born in 1968 by this man that we call El Güero, the father of Chris. The thing about tacos de guisado, especially in this place, this is the feeling of being home, the sazon, like the taste of each preparation with rice, beans, all the sides, but in a taco. It's all about quality and the hands of who is cooking. That's the liver. You're very expert.
Wow.
The onions for me in that taco are amazing.
It's funny, these are like the 2 foods that I think are probably the most commonly disliked foods, liver and onions. This is the exact place where you should come if you're that person. This will change your mind. The flavor is unbelievable. Super beefy, oniony, it's rich, but not too rich, it's balanced. You told me earlier this is one of Rene Redzepi's favorite restaurants when he came specifically to Mexico City. I could see why. 8 out of 10.
One of the classics that we have is the chile relleno. Here they use a special cheese that is a creamy cheese. They will fill the pepper, they will deep fry it with egg, and then they will add salsa. I love this taco with rice. Do you understand why?
I'm trying to pace myself, and I'm over here like a hungry dog. This is the best chile relleno taco I've ever had. It's that sort of cream filling in here. If you combine like queso fresco with a cream cheese with like a brie, rich and creamy, but not too rich, it's like the best crumbly, creamy cheese I've ever had. Unbelievable. 8.5 out of 10. We have one more taco.
Tinga is very classic. A lot of people will ask for chicken tacos, Americans. This is a very simple preparation with a lot of onions, simple, nice, homey. The guacamole makes a lot of work.
So for the chicken, are you using thigh and leg? Breast.
Breast.
Really? How is this so moist? I need to learn Spanish. Help me out. Why is it so moist?
¿Por qué está tan como húmeda? They will mix it with tomato sauce.
I want to eat this whole thing so bad. Bad idea?
Yeah, bad idea.
Okay.
But I totally understand why.
I like the chili rellenos more than I like this one, just because it was a little more diverse in the experience. But that said, this is super moist. The chicken is very flavorful. It's mild, it's refreshing, it's creamy. This is the best chicken tinga taco I've ever had. It's perfect. I'm gonna give this a solid 8.2, very strong. Moving on. I'm feeling pretty full, actually, already.
You cannot be full.
Yeah, I'm not full, I feel fine. I feel fine.
Up next, Los Panchos, where we met Mariana Guadarrama, the head chef, to walk us through some of the carnitas tacos, which, by the way, is one of my favorite tacos of all time.
We will be on our 80th anniversary next year.
80?
80.
Wow, all these places have been here for so long. You look amazing for 80. I hope I look like that at 80.
We have to eat carnitas.
See, I've been saying this the whole time. No one listens to
In
me.
a daily basis.
That's why the vegetarians, they age really fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm so full. This is gonna be hard. Oh my God.
So with you, the taco that Mariana recommended, that is the costilla, achicalada, and cuerito, that is the skin. So when you say carnitas, this is carnitas, but you ask for specifically part of the pork.
Beautiful. Cheers. We can stop here. It's right in the face with flavor. It's meaty, it's rich, it's fatty, but then immediately you're getting the acidity, a little bit of spice. It's very fragrant from the cilantro, very fragrant from the salsa. It's like a whole visceral experience. Okay, what's the second one?
Surtida campechana.
Look at the size of this.
You can do it, Joshua.
I'm worried about how this is gonna go.
It's 10:55.
It's 10:55 in the morning? How the is that possible? It feels like 5 p.m. We're gonna power through this. Wow. It's layered with what kinds of textures you're getting, right? Before it was like very fatty, very meaty, tender meat. Now you're getting fatty, meaty, tender meat, a little bit of chew, a little bit of gelatinous in a nice way. But then right immediately after that, you get the crunch from the crispy pork skin. It's kind of like everything you want in one. Spicy, acidic, fatty, rich, balanced. And also the pickled carrot added texture too. I think that they're both equally as good. I don't think that there's a favorite. It just depends. If you want something a little bit more rich, a little bit more aggressive, then you go for the first one. If you want something a little bit more balanced, maybe like more texture, you go for the second one. They're both great. They're both 8.5.
Before I left, I got the chance to cook a little bit with the sweet man behind the counter. Los Panchos, thank you. On to our next stop, a place called Birria, Colorado. Or is it Colorado? I don't know.
I think I'm hallucinating.
Are you feeling bad?
No, I feel good. I feel high.
Oh, perfect. So we're having the fried taco, taco with cheese that we call it quesabirria, and the suave that is just without cheese. Birria is a preparation originally from Jalisco. In this case, it's a beef. The meat is cooked around 18 hours, then they will separate the broth from the meat. For a lot of people, it is an amazing food for hangover. It can make you come back from the dead. So that's why you can find this in the morning, but also at night and late night too.
Beautiful. Very good. I love it with the cheese. Now I'll try without the cheese. Okay, now the crispy. So the cheese one is my favorite. I love cheese. That said, a good birria should stand on its own. Very, very moist. Salt level's perfect, full of flavor. Melt in your mouth. All of these are really good. Okay, so the cheesy birria, solid 8. Loved it. The regular birria, I would give more of like a 7.5. I felt like it needed a little something. I'm also biased towards cheese. And the crispy one, I think a 7. Moving on. Check-in. Oh, sorry, I almost knocked that guy out. So check-in, I feel revitalized actually. I feel very good. My hands are messy, but this broth did something magical to my body. And I think I'm ready to keep going.
So that closes out our morning taco section for now. Currently, we have a 3-way tie between these 3 tacos, but we're not gonna have a winner of the morning section until 24 hours later at 7:30 in the morning. When I try the taco that I really came here for, not only is that gonna determine my favorite morning taco, but it'll be the finale for this entire ridiculous trip.
Hallie, if you're watching this, shout out to you. The best assistant in the world. She made this. I'm gonna start working down on these digestive enzymes. Let's get this party going.
Our next stop was Castacan. This is a new taqueria on the block, coming with their Yucatan-style pork belly tacos. Let's see how they did.
Why Castacan? Because when you roast piglet in Yucatan, it spends a certain amount of hours roasting, and then you end up broiling the skin. And that skin, when it broils and it starts becoming crispier, they call it Castacan.
Ah,
So
love
it's
that.
a lot of flavor, a lot of crunch.
My 2 top choices when I go to get tacos is either something with pork or something with barbacoa. So I'm ready. Have you noticed that we're all wearing green too?
Green team.
So this is Castacan taco.
Tortilla, nice and tender, but the meat, oh my God. It's like the most tender, melt in your mouth like the filet mignon of pork. And then you've got all the little crispy, fatty bits that are on here that are adding not just crispiness, but that deep roasted pork flavor. Really good, really tender, very nice. I have a feeling they have more up their sleeves, so I'm gonna give that one a 7.5.
Now the taco de lechon con Castacan, which is a meatier version with the outer skin, but this is a little bit more moisture.
This has everything I wanted. The diversity of the flavor and texture in the pork is unreal. Because you got the little pieces of fat that pop and they're juicy and they melt in your mouth, but then you have a little bit of crunchy from the skin, a little bit of chewy from the caramelized parts of the pork that are really deeply browned and cooked down, and then you have the tender pork belly. It's juicy, it's shredded, and it's seasoned perfectly. The salt level is like right there. You can't come here and not get this, and you will love it. It's an 8, a big 8.
So the third taco is the cochinita pibil. That is a different kind of cooking process, different kind of marinade. The mix of spices, very different from the roasted pork version.
This is the one that I would eat 100 of. So even without all of the ambiance and like all the good energy here, if someone just pulled up with this taco, it would stop me in my tracks. The texture, it's perfectly fatty, it's perfectly balanced. There's some acidity already in there. The pickled onions, they're chopped up the right size. The pork is really finely shredded and it's salted perfectly. I mean, this is an 8.8. I almost want to give it a 9. It's so perfect. I don't know how we're gonna beat this. Moving on.
And just like that, Castacan is our new leader. Not bad for a new kid on the block.
All right, we're checking in. It's 1 p.m. I feel great. Bring it on, because I have digestive enzymes.
Our next spot was Maizajo, where we met Chef Santiago. They're one of the few places that actually still makes corn tortillas the old-fashioned way.
The 90% of the tortillas in Mexico are made by corn flour. That corn flour is not giving us any nutrition to the body, any proteins, any fiber. That flour is not the complete process of nixtamal. And my idea is that we need to change that. The nixtamal is the process where we cook the corn with limestone. We always use white corn, red corn, blue corn.
As a side note, corn would not exist without human intervention. So a lot of the time farmers use all sorts of chemicals in order to even get it to grow.
When you let the corn grow as the natural way, it gets better.
This is a perfect example of how if you don't start with a good base, you've already lost. Most people think of the filling before they think of the tortilla, but you should be thinking of the tortilla before you think of the filling.
So this is the campechano longaniza with suadero.
Tortilla is easily a 9 out of 10. I don't know if you can get better tortilla than this. Filling is crisp, fatty, but not too fatty. It's almost like luxurious with how they've sort of crisped up all these different pieces of meat in there. I wish it had a tiny bit more salt, but other than that, I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. It would be higher if there was a little bit more salt, but that said, it doesn't really get much better than this.
For me, one of the best tacos here, that is the flauta, that is a fried taco.
You're gonna get dirty when you eat this and you're gonna like it.
This is inspired of a flauta that I used to eat with my father. And he told me, if you are opening this, you need to have a flauta.
It's kind of an unfair advantage with the crunch because the crunch is unreal. I really actually like this one a lot more than that one. It's actually almost a little leaner than this one, which is maybe why I liked it a bit more. Seasoning is on point. Whatever they marinated in is so flavorful and juicy. You got the acidity from the salsa, a little crema on there. This is an 8.5. Now this last one looks like a special one.
This is the ribeye taco that is the king of the place. It's a very good quality meat. They will put it like a little bit of these potatoes, fried potatoes on top.
I love that it's just like one solid slice of ribeye. Yeah, that one takes the cake. The beef seasoned really nicely, but what I love is this brings in like a meaty, charcoaly flavor. It's like unctuous and good. This is an 8.6, really high. I would come back here just for this alone. This is one of the best steak tacos I've ever had in my entire life. But remember, the tortilla is the most important part. Moving on. I feel in pain. Oh,
Breathe.
it just hit my lower intestine. Hang on, pause.
So we're in Molino Puyol, and this is the aguacate. It's called avocado taco. Inside is an emulsion of caramelized onion and serrano pepper and avocado. The tortilla is hoja santa leaf. It's no dairy, nothing animal there.
The vegans will be really happy about this one. It looks beautiful, super fragrant. It has almost like a fennel-like flavor. It's creamy from the avocado. The avocado is perfectly ripe. Really nice. It's very refreshing. It's light. It's a great bite. I could easily eat one of these as a snack on the street, and I'd be like, I can go do yoga later.
So this is the huitlacoche taco. Huitlacoche, it's a natural fungus that grows outside of the corn, and for us, it's like a delicatessen.
I've never seen this much huitlacoche in
Oh,
one
really?
taco. I'm nervous almost. It's got a really unique texture and flavor. It's unlike anything you've ever had. You've got the fragrant, the fresh, the sweet corn from the tortilla, but you've got this deep, dark, almost like umami from the huitlacoche. I really like it. Out of the two of these, this one is by far my favorite, just because the idea of it is complex, but the flavors of it are simple. You'll understand it, you'll eat it, and you'll really enjoy it. This one, I would say 7.5, and this one, a 7. Moving on.
Okay, despite the pain I felt in my stomach at this point, Gabby brought me an insane looking churro out of nowhere. Did I eat it?
This is the best churro I've ever had in my life. Like, I'm gonna eat this whole thing.
No, I won't let you.
No, I have to.
Okay, eat it.
Now look, if I'm gonna make it to my prized barbacoa at the end, we gotta lock in here. Moving on.
In my favorite taco de canasta of the area of Roma and Condesa, he's outside of this place that is called Delirio. He's my friend Pablo. I know him since he was very young, and I was young too. Now we are still young. So in this basket, he has around 400 tacos. So this is beans, chicharrón, and potato. Salsa is very important in this kind of tacos. This salsa is amazing. I love it. Este es el taco de canasta, el clásico taco de canasta de la Ciudad de México.
Yes. You haven't helped me speak Spanish at all.
Taco de canasta, repeat after me. Taco de canasta.
Taco de canasta.
Muy bien. Tacos de canasta you can find everywhere in the city. You know, you just get your favorite, every neighborhood.
8 pesos a taco. Just to bring that into context, that's like 50 cents a taco. This might be one of the best bean tacos I've ever had. The beans are nice and mashed, they're super fine, they're not too chunky, they're salted perfectly. The salsa is really good, you were right about that. So now we have the chicharrón. And I should also mention the tortilla is really nice. Texturally, the chicharrón is super smooth, but there's also like that rich shredded meat texture you get. Because it had a chance to sit, all that fat has come together into one mass. It's not greasy at all. And it's a little spicy too. Moving on to the potato. Wow, salted perfectly. The potato is super smooth. It's not overcooked. Really nice potato flavor. The potato one might be my favorite just because of how beautifully simple and perfect the flavors are. All of these are really good. The potato, 8.6. The bean, 8.6. The chicharrón, 8.1.
Pablo, ¿verdad que este taco es vegetariano? Actually, he's saying like it can be even vegan.
I can't believe I just gave vegan tacos anything above a 5. That's crazy. It doesn't use any animal products in the process of making the tortillas and the frijoles and the potato.
Who would have thought something so simple and probably commonly passed up happened to be one of the best things we had all day? So the best lunch taco has been solidified from Castacan. Now we move on to the dinner section.
We're in Tacos Los Alexis.
Here I met Chef Alexis, a sweet man, who throughout this tasting gave me as many shots of mezcal as he did tacos.
Has a little bit of pickled onions, and this type of coriander is called cilantro criollo, like the endemic Mexican coriander.
Wow. This is like an evolution of the taco. You bite it and the juice, the meaty sort of grilled qualities of it, the chew from the tortilla, all the fragrance is there. It's not like a departure from what a taco should be. It's just like a new direction for it.
I'd give it a nice 7.8.
Next one I suggest you to try is the veggie.
All the flavor I want is there. It's spicy, it's a little sweet, it's acidic, and then there's some fattiness from the cheese. And also the avocado gives the creamy richness to it all. But it's very light.
This could be your salad for the day.
Yeah.
I just don't do vegetarian, I'm sorry. It's like a 5. Next up was the beautiful taco de Torino.
That was my favorite so far.
For meaty persons, this is like a
Oh,
bomb.
really? You're a meaty person.
That's what I like.
This one has 3 different kind of meats. It has chicharrón, that is the crispy pork skin. It has longaniza, that is similar as the chorizo. And it also has cecina, it's like fresh jerky meat. And then we mix it up with adobo, that is a red chili sauce.
This Torino, a solid 8. Up next, the chef had me try the carne asada costra.
It's cheese crust with flour tortilla, carne asada, that is the beef cooked in charcoal, and caramelized onions.
See that? I love the simplicity of this one.
All the magic is like good quality ingredients.
It's just 100% beef, a little bit cheesy, but it doesn't detract from like the main event, which is the beef. That charcoal flavor, a little smoky, rich, but it's got that nice steak-like chew.
I'd give it a 7.8.
All about the technique, all about the ingredients. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Wow.
More mezcal?
Yeah. All right, we're checking in. I feel great. I feel fantastic. Mezcal plus digestive enzymes, incredible combination. I'm unstoppable. This is easy. Moving on.
So we're here in Cafe Taco Bar. That is a very local bar, but with a very cool small menu of tacos. And we're gonna try the chicken taco with a very unique salsa with habanero and achiote.
It's got a green tortilla, flour, I should clarify. Completely different from any of the tacos we've had.
Here he's using the roasted chicken and adding some mushrooms.
The flavors are very simple in a great way. You get the chicken fat, chicken thigh, dark meat. It's moist, it's tender, and it's seasoned actually really nicely. But what I love is the integration of the mushroom adds additional moisture and a whole new texture. It's not just meaty, it's also got little like pops from the mushroom. I give this a 7.8.
Now we have one more pork taco.
I really like this. This is the most unique taco I've had all day. The onions are pickled, but the cucumber is fresh. I love the cucumber.
And the sesame seeds.
This is a perfect mixture of different, but they still kept it very, 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 very simple. And it's super tender. It's not too fatty, but it's like juicy. This one might be one of my favorite tacos. I'm gonna give this an 8.7. This is huge, huge. I'm gonna finish this.
You got salsa in your glasses.
A great new leader in the dinner category with only one more spot to go. Let's see if it can be beat.
I've been eating nonstop, but I've been drinking for the last couple of hours, and I feel great. But also, somehow I don't.
We're in Mercado San Juan. This place is called Los Sirenos. We're trying two tacos. That is the octopus taco and the gobernador. The gobernador is shrimp with cheese.
So they gave us these chili pequin.
No, it's chiltepin.
I thought you said pequin.
I told you chiltepin.
I heard pequin.
The most spiciest chile after habanero. I told him.
No.
I told him. He's sweating.
It's kicking in. I don't even know if I can even taste anything I'm eating, but I'm trying, all right? God damn. It hurts so bad.
This is so fun. Maybe we just everything up.
The tortilla is like crispy. The shrimp, super, super moist. It like pops. It's juicy, super fresh. Oceanic, briny, seasoned really nicely. This is a good change of pace because it's refreshing. Like I feel good after I eat it. Really, really nice. I love this. Okay, so we have an octopus. The diversity of texture is unreal because you get the creaminess from the avocado. The octopus is tender, but I should clarify, a good octopus should have a little bit of chew to it, almost like a nice steak. And then the caramelized onion adds the sweetness. It's charred. You get some smokiness from the peppers that they're putting in there. It all comes together at a really, 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 really nice crescendo.
The octopus taco. I did feel like it needed a little bit more salt, but the flavor was there. I would give this a solid 8. Now the shrimp with the cheese, I was skeptical. You know, they always say don't combine fish with cheese, but I'm a believer in breaking the rules. 7.5.
But if you're gonna get seafood in Mexico City, you should probably come here.
That closes out the dinner category with Cafe Taco Bar as the winner, but we don't have our number 1 yet. Moving on.
So we're starting the night taco. Night taco is very different. From now on, you're gonna meet taqueros.
We're doing a quick check-in. I feel good, actually. I feel surprisingly good. I do feel extremely full, but I'm so bloated that I actually feel more of my abs than I usually do. Think about that for a second. Not only is my body screaming not to eat, but so is my mind. And I have to tell my mind to shut the f up and keep going.
I gotta make it through this so I can finally get to the taco I've been waiting for.
He had like 9 shots of coffee. 9. I counted.
I had 9 shots of espresso and
And
I had 6 shots of mezcal. I actually feel completely fine. Should I be scared? Those digestive enzymes are crazy because nothing is hitting me, dude.
I'm super afraid. I don't want to kill him.
I'm fine.
I'm very happy that you're fine because we're in El Huequito. In Spanish, it means little hole. El Huequito is very favorite pastor taco. The taco is gonna be rolled. It's not gonna be open. And they have these amazing onions that is
Cooking
from the fat.
I saw that. They're honestly borderline confit because of all of the fat that they're cooking in.
Ibuprofeno, 400.
No.
No, it's just ibuprofeno.
No drugs. We don't do drugs here.
Ibuprofeno.
She's trying to give me some drugs.
Ibuprofeno.
She's trying to give me methamphetamine.
Ibuprofeno. This is a spiritual bite.
These are very unassuming when you look at them. She said, besito?
Besito.
What's the I love you in Spanish?
Te amo.
Te amo. She didn't look back at me at all. I'm taking a button down.
2.
2 buttons down.
Because your heart is getting bigger.
From the cholesterol.
No, because of love.
Oh, yeah. This makes so much sense to kick off the night with this. When the sun goes down, the night is coming, you're tired, you've been walking all day, and somehow this brings you back. It's acidic, it's fatty, it's rich, it's salty, it's a little spicy, but the onion is like slow cooked and sweet. I would not want any other taco to kick off the night other than this one right here. This is kind of what I've been looking for. Is that trompo style, al pastor, 7.6.
Wow.
Strong. Moving on. What's the issue with me having pan dulce? What's wrong with me having this right now, okay? I've had a long day. I'm allowed to have this. I got up at 4 in the morning. I ran 5 miles. I worked out, and I've been eating tacos for like 18 hours. I should also clarify that I'm completely sober. Completely sober. Don't look at me like that. I could pull it off at this point, you know, in my fitness career.
So this is a place from 1965 that is called El Califa de Leon. Califa de Leon is just having beautiful tortilla, beautiful meat, that's all. You cannot get more simple than that.
I mean, it's literally a piece of steak, but it's not super fatty. It's very meaty. It's very lean. It's not rich. It's actually quite clean. He says filet. It almost feels more like a sirloin in terms of flavor, but I'm not quite sure. Nice and spicy. It's got a little crack on it. A little bit of texture from that green salsa. Really nice, acidic, salty. It's great. I'd give this a 7 out of 10.
So here we are in Los Parados. Los Parados is a very classic taqueria, like a fire taqueria, tacos al carbón. That is something that we eat at night. Al carbón is fire. It's just the flavor of the fire. So this is a very classic carbón taco. This is costilla, that is a little bit of the rib with cheese.
Beef rib.
And cheese. I'm very picky about cheese. This is a good cheese.
This is the type of meat and cheese taco that I like. A lot of the beefsteak tacos are a little bit dry and they kind of lack flavor without the fat, but this one has all the fattiness and flavor I want in it. Big step up. Cheese is a really nice touch. It's a lot of cheese. This is perfect for after drinking, for sure. This is a late night taco through and through. If I was drinking right now, I think I'd rate this probably a 9, but because I'm sober, which we should probably fix,
We can fix that.
7.2. All right, check in. I do not feel good. I've gotten to a point where I just have been eating because, oh, we got the taco, we'll eat it, but I didn't want to. Now I really don't want to eat. I really don't want to eat anything.
Welcome to Selene, one of the very old nice spots to have pastor taco. We're coming here to try the best gringa. So gringa is flour tortilla, cheese, good cheese, and pastor.
The night is hitting, but I don't want to eat. I just want to sleep.
Not yet.
The mezcal is hitting. We went for round 3. I only went in to have a small seltzer water, but the people there knew me, so they gave me like 3 or 4 drinks.
This picture we took is very representative of how the late night is going, which is good, by the way.
Merry Christmas. This is the first pastor taco we've had. It was properly seasoned, and by that I mean with enough salt. Very, very, very important. I like the flour tortilla.
Yeah.
It works really well with the cheese. Cheese is a little crispy because they griddle it. It's melted perfectly. The pineapple is really nice and sweet and juicy. And the meat perfectly cooked. It's not too chewy. 8.4, solid. I'm coming back here 100%. Moving on.
On to our final spots of the late night. These are our last tacos that stand between me and my coveted barbacoa taco tomorrow morning. We have to power through.
Los cocuyos.
Los Cocuyos. There's no way that you can miss this place coming down the street. It's literally like driving past the force of the sun. It's so bright. I feel like I'm looking at God. Here's a fun fact. Bourdain loved this place. Shout out to Anthony Bourdain. So there's one over here. There's also one right over there.
That they claim to be the Los Auténticos. So Cocuyos was born in 1980. It's a family business. We're gonna have the campechano, that is my favorite, and lengua.
Yeah, if you don't end your night with tongue, what are you doing?
We're gonna try both tacos in both places, just to understand what is happening.
Okay, campechano. Really nice. This is exactly what I needed. I'm starting to come back to life. Now to lengua. I love lengua tacos. Been a fan since I was a kid. Cheers. Super tender, not too fatty. Sometimes lengua can be a little too greasy. This one's nice and clean. They're basically taking it, slicing it, leaving it whole instead of chopping it up and searing it right like that. Nice, solid slice. All that said, campechano, 8.2. Lengua, I'm gonna give a 7.4 because I just felt that the campechano had much more flavor. Okay, we're at the one next door. They have an argument that one is better than the other. Since these are the same, we're gonna decide which one is better.
So this is the campechano.
The other campechano is way better than this one. The lengua though, I'm interested. It's the same.
So we have the winner of the late night taco, Taqueria Selene's Gringa Taco.
We have reached a point where there's less and less people on the road. There's less and less restaurants, less and less tacos to eat. I think this is an opportunity to maybe take a quick nap in the van and get up whenever people open back up again so we can finish this route. So we're gonna do that.
To think that I had to fight through all of this just to get to my barbacoa, a full day of espresso, mezcal, about 1 million digestive enzymes, and 39 tacos, I got my broken body up to go to I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm sorry. To go here. Not only the last taco, but the most important taco to me on this entire list. Will this be the best morning taco? On top of that, could this be the best taco, period? Only one way to find out.
It has officially been the full 24 hours. It is 7:30 in the morning. We made it all for this. This is the experience I was looking for.
Lamb beautifully slow cooked underground, wrapped artfully in only the finest agave leaves, placed upon a beautiful hand ground blue corn tortilla and simple toppings. Behold the lamb barbacoa taco in all its meaty splendor.
Cheers. Out of all the tacos we had, this is the most simple and yet by far the most juicy, tender, well-seasoned bite that fits my preference almost exactly. It's about taking really good ingredients and maximizing every last bit of it through great technique. There is 0% dryness on this. It is perfectly moist and it's super fatty, but not in a way that's overwhelming because the salsa comes in, got that sweet onion, a little bit of lime juice. It is perfectly balanced. It's a really nice, very tender blue corn tortilla, melts in your mouth. I feel like I'm coming back to life right now. This is a 9.2, which means that it actually was worth the 24 hours. Not only does this solidify itself as the best breakfast taco that we've had, but it is by ranking the best taco we've had for this entire 24 hours. Lesson is, you need to come to Mexico City and try it for yourself. So I just want to say a special thank you to Gabby Renteria for making this all possible. And if you are ever in Mexico City, you should check her out. She does tours all over with tacos. Gabby, we love you. Honestly, I'm actually gonna finish this and then I'm gonna go to bed.